Hello, everybody. Welcome to this second session of the role of the president. This video is all about talking about leadership and looking at your leadership style, your personality, and how that might work in with your team's or your chapter's leadership styles and personality styles. So, right off the bat, you have been given a great task. You have a chapter that you are expected to represent and to lead and to be the face of. And so that may be kind of scary. You may not have ever had that leadership position before. On the flip side of that, some of you, this may be your second year as president, or maybe even your third year as president. And you're looking at how can I grow and look at these new opportunities. And that comes with the very first thing is you have to understand and know what your leadership style is. You've also got to remember, though, that there's probably some people in your chapter that you're probably friends with that may not be very excited or happy right now. In FFA, we shoot for leadership and for excellence, and just like you did when you run for your chapter office, but unfortunately only one person can be elected president. So there's probably some people that had the goal of being president that maybe got a different office or maybe didn't get an office at all. And so your first job really to bring your team together is going to be to find those people, talk with them, and help them to realize like, hey, you've got a job on this team too. What I like to always tell the chapter officers is that there is no pyramid. Just because you're president, you need to understand and have the mindset that you're not number one. You've done great things, and hopefully you realize that you've done great things, but you can't operate your chapter that you are the top. Everything has to go through you and that you are amazing. The president has just as big a role in the chapter operating as the sentinel does, or as the vice president does, or as the committee chair does. And so recognizing that is really the first step in becoming a servant leader like what has success in the FFA. So in order to do that, I want to give you some ways that you can look at your personal leadership styles based on your personality, and how you can gauge those and maybe get your team involved with this and see if, if your personalities may actually clash, or if they go along really well. So in the assignments page, I have posted a color codes personality test. This personality test is divided off into two parts, and it's free. When you go to this website, there is one column that says free and another column you got to pay like $40 for. I'm not about making you pay $40, so we're going to go with the free one. So in the free column, you're going to scroll down. It'll say free. Again, make sure it says free. And there'll be a start quiz button on there somewhere. And it'll take you to a screen that's got really three steps. Step number one is going to give you several options of 4 terms to select from. When you're going through these terms, you're going to pick the term that best describes you as a child. Okay, best describes you as a child. Now, some of these words you may not know. There's some of the words that I don't know. There's some pretty tough words on there. But if you hover your mouse over the word, it'll give you a definition and that'll help you out. So go through each of those, pick out the top word that describes you as a child. So that's part one. Part two. For part two, you're going to have some scenarios. And then it's the same as part one. So you're going to read the scenario and you're going to pick which option best fits you when you were a child. Okay, so again, there'll be like 4 options and you pick the option which best describes you as a child. Okay, section number 3 then is just a little demographic information. That does not go to me. That goes to the Color Codes organization out there. So if you don't want to subscribe to the stuff they're going to send you, Don't worry about that. You do have to put in a name and some email address that they can have on file. Okay, so I would recommend, like, they can be kind of annoying sometimes when they send stuff. So if you have like a junk email account that you want that stuff to go to, you can. Just, that's up to you. So when you complete this color codes personality test, you will get one of 4 answers. Okay, so your color will either be red, blue, white, or yellow. Okay, red, blue, white, or yellow. Okay, so at this point, I'm going to have you to pause this video and go over to the assignments page and find the color codes personality quiz and take a minute to actually take that. Once you're finished, then come back, pick up this video, and then we will talk about what each of those colors means and how that works in with your team. Okay, so feel free to pause the video here, and then we'll pick back up on what these actually mean. Welcome back. All right, so you should have taken your personality color codes quiz, and hopefully now you have one of 4 colors, either red, blue, yellow, or white, that describe you. And hopefully you found the page on there that had a little description of maybe things you enjoy, maybe words that described you, situations you do well in. But I want to take a little bit of time with you to look at what that color means for you and what that means for your team as a whole in coming together. Okay, so the first one is a red. Okay, so if we were in person, I'd ask you how many got a red. You could raise your hand, but if you're a red, it says that you like to look good technically. Okay, you enjoy the technical things, making sure that everything is done right. It says that you like to be right and you like to be respected. Okay, it also says that you are probably a pretty strong leader and you like to rise to a challenge. Okay, whenever I took this the first time, I was a red. Okay, so in my mind, a red is somebody that is very leadership oriented, wants to be right, naturally rises to the top. So if you think about working with a group, you've probably, if you're not the red, you've probably worked with a red before that they have an idea, they want their idea to be put out there, and they want you to go with their idea because they're right and they want you to know it. Okay? However, reds tend to be good leaders. Okay? They want to be out there, they want to be helping, they want to throw those ideas out there. Okay? So again, think about these in the context of working with a group. And if you got red, think about how you operate in a group. And here, after we talk about all these, we'll talk about how they mesh together, and it'll make a little more sense to you. Okay, if you got a blue, all right, so blue personality. I am envious of the blue personalities. So a blue personality is all about integrity and the authenticity of relationships that they have with people. They're people. They like building relationships with people in the chapter, people on their team, getting to know about them. They're the kind of people that will send you a card on your birthday. They're the kind of people that whenever you come in and you feel down, they can see it on your face and they want to come and ask you about it. Okay, so they care about people. And they want those deep quality relationships. They want to be appreciated. They themselves want to be appreciated, and they want to appreciate others. Okay, so in that group setting where the red is out there trying to lead, you've got the blue that is all about the feelings of everybody. And I try to use that lightly, just like I did the red personality. But the blue personality wants to know, how's everybody's day going? How are you today? What did you do last night? What did you have for breakfast this morning? I'm just wanting to build that good quality relationship. The third option could be a yellow personality. Okay, and we all know yellows. Yellows are the people that a lot of times we are all naturally drawn towards. People that are yellow personality love to have fun. They are all about having a good time. They want to be noticed themselves. These are social people. They want to talk to everybody. They want to make sure that this get-together is going to be fun. They're all about being positive and spontaneous. So again, in our kind of fictional, funny group, while the red is up here leading, this is what I'm doing, this is what you should do, and the blue is worried about making everybody feel okay, the yellow would be the one worried about what snacks are we going to have afterward, what game are we going to play. Just wanting to have fun and have a good time with everybody and enjoy their time together. Finally, the fourth option is the white personality. And sometimes these white personalities are overlooked a little bit. So the white personality tends to be more logical, more objective whenever they are thinking through a situation. A lot of times they won't be the ones to throw their idea out there right off the bat. They want to take a second to look at what's going on, to analyze it and think about it, and then act on it. Okay? So again, in our fictional meeting, the red is power leading the way. You have the blue that is worried about everybody's emotions. Yellow is worried about the games we're going to play afterwards. And then you have the white personality, just kind of taking it all in, looking it over, gathering their thoughts. And typically, these are the people that when we talk about teamwork, we want to recognize their ideas and make them feel like they're part of the group. So how does all of that apply to you as the president leading a chapter? Okay, so whatever color that you have received, okay, that describes you. That's where you're at. So take a second to think on your officer team or your executive committee. What if every person on that committee has that red personality? What's that going to look like? Okay, so things that come to mind for me, remember, they're the powerful, they want to lead. Okay, so if everybody on the team is a red personality, as president, your job is to figure out how do you make all these really strong, passionate leaders that want to be right and want to be respected, how do you make them work together? Okay, what if you have a team of white personalities? Okay, where nobody's really saying anything and everybody's just kind of thinking about it. Well, your job as president then is a little different. You're the one trying to bring their ideas together to try to mesh it and make it work. Okay, what if you have that one yellow personality on the team that they don't really care about the business, they just want to go eat something after? Okay, do those people have a role in your chapter? And the answer is yes. Every one of these personalities plays a vital role in your chapter. So as president, your job is to identify these people. Okay, who are the red personality leaders out there that want to make sure it's going to be done right? They have an idea and they want to run with it. Okay, because if you have an activity that needs planning, maybe you throw that the red personality's way. Okay, maybe you have somebody that's new to your chapter. Okay, obviously you want to introduce yourself, but maybe you find that blue personality person to link them with. Okay, so that they can, mesh together. What about the yellow personality? Okay, let's say that you're planning banquet. Okay, well, maybe that yellow personality could get some entertainment for your banquet, some people to sing, or help to figure out what food's going to be at the banquet. Or that white personality, okay? Every year, our chapter does a Fall on the Farm event. It takes lots of planning. There's lots of logistical information about who's going to come and present what time slots are each of the groups going to be in, what grades are we going to invite, who are we going to send emails to, and that is perfect for that white personality. Okay, so as president, what I'd like for you to take from this video, your role is as a leader, finding the strengths of your people and playing to their strengths. Play to your strengths. If you're not a people person, then find somebody that can help you to do that. Okay? So again, the role of the president is to find the people that can be most helpful in the situation And that's what leadership looks like.